Good evening. Good evening. If I can have everyone close their eyes and do not open your eyes until I tell you to. Okay? So everybody knows that next week is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a time for families to get together and celebrate. So think about it. Think about all the special people that will be in your house next week. Everybody's having a good time. They're eating, enjoying the fellowship, and talking with one another. We also know that Thanksgiving's a big holiday for shoppers, Black Friday. Especially with businesses opening up early, people want to rush Thanksgiving and they want to get out and they want to shop. So picture your family sitting at the table eating. Everybody decides, okay, we're done, time to eat, time to get done and go home. But now one special person to you, the most special person, I want you to picture them. They're the person who's going to stay behind and they're going to help you clean up for your Thanksgiving supper that you had. Just you and that person are there washing dishes, talking, carrying on the conversation, having a good old time, right? Just talking about family issues, things that's happened in the past. They just drop dead in front of you.
Oh my God.
What are you going to do? Keep your eyes closed, please.
Oh, scary.
They just drop dead in front of you. Most people do not even own a house phone. Most people have a cell phone because they got rid of their home phone when they got a cell phone.
That's right.
So you're scrounging around trying to find your cell phone. Where did you place it? You don't know. Finally, you realize it's in my coat pocket. You get it out of your coat pocket. You're frantically trying to dial 911. Your hands are shaking. You are terrified. Finally, you get into your phone. You dial 911. The operator comes on the phone. But what do? You're in a panic. Oh my God, my mama, my daddy, my loved one, they're dead. Can you please help me? They are dead. Please, send somebody, help me. They're not talking to me. I don't know what's going on. Well, the whole time while you're panicking, this operator is trying to get some information from you. But like most people, they panic in an emergency situation that they're not familiar with. Finally, the operator gets through to you and gets you to pause for a moment. Please tell me where your emergency is. So you finally tell the address of where you're at. Now, what is the situation of your emergency? And you explain, you were just sitting here talking, they fell out, they just fell onto the floor, they're not talking to me, I shook them, I shook her, she's not responding to me, what do I do? Is she breathing, ma'am? I don't know, it doesn't look like it. Does she have a heartbeat? I don't know, can you please just help? Can you please just help? Okay, ma'am, I'm going to need you to calm down. We need to begin CPR. No, I can't do CPR. I can't do this. I might hurt her. I might hurt him. Ma'am, we have to start CPR, and I need you to do this. No, I can't do this. I've never done CPR before. This possibly can't happen. During all this time that you're arguing with this 911 operator, this person lays lifeless in front of you with no heartbeat. Each moment that goes by, this person's chance of dying increases. Finally, EMS arrives. No chest compressions have been started. EMS arrives, begins his CPR immediately. Puts your loved one in the ambulance and goes to the hospital. They get to the hospital, your family member is pronounced dead. Open your eyes. Did you know that 88% of all cardiac arrests occur at home? 88%, that's a big number. 70% of witnessed cardiac arrests receive absolutely no CPR immediately prior to EMS arrival. That's a pretty big number that you're relying on your relatives to do something if something was to happen to you. And same thing that they rely on you as well. What I'd like for you to get out of tonight's speech is that with you providing immediate CPR to your loved ones or even a stranger, you can increase that person's chance of survival by 2 to 3 times more than if you did nothing. Why do we do CPR? Let's talk about that. Why do we do CPR? Or why we don't do CPR, I'm sorry. First thing, we just discussed it in the scenario. You get stressed, you're scared, you don't know what to do. You're afraid you're going to do something wrong. You're afraid you're going to hurt them. Let's picture the stranger. You don't want to get HIV. You don't want to get hepatitis. Did you know, according to the American Heart Association, there has been no report of HIV or hepatitis being transferred by CPR? None documented. Also, do you want to put your mouth on the person sitting beside you? A lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Did you know that the American Heart Association now and also the Red Cross are promoting what's called hands-only CPR? You don't have to put your mouth on them. You just need to do chest compressions until EMS arrives. Also, we want to know why. Why do we do CPR? We do CPR because we don't want to cause an unnecessary death. If we can help, we want to help. We also, of course, like we said, increase their chance of survival by 2 to 3 times more than if we do nothing. 8% of the patients currently, or your loved ones currently, that have a cardiac arrest event prior to being in a hospital, so at your home, out in public, only 8% of those people survive. And that is because only 70% of the population are actually doing any CPR prior to EMS arrival. That's pretty bad statistics. The Red Cross and the American Heart Association is wanting to reach out to 5 million people to educate them on this. So let's talk about it. How can we learn CPR? How many people waste 48 cents a week? 48 cents a week. How many people waste it? I see sun drops. I see flavored water sitting around. How many people waste? And Pringles. Thank you. 48 cents a week do you waste. That's how much it costs you to get CPR certified. And I'm going to tell you how to do that. One way is in the classroom. I gave you guys a card. In that card, it tells you of a company that's based out of Smithfield, North Carolina. This girl works with me in the ER. She's an ER nurse, she's an ICU nurse, and she is a nurse educator as well. She built this business. It's called medictraining.me. She provides CPR training to the general public and also to the healthcare workers for $50. Now, if you go to the American Heart Association's website, you can put in your zip code, and it'll tell you the nearest person to you that provides this service. She is the #1 person that you will pull up on that website that provides this service. Now, I also looked on the Red Cross website. They charge $100 as compared to her $50. So another way that you can get familiarized in trying to learn CPR, there is a web address on the back of this. This is through the American Heart Association, and I believe it's a 2-minute video to get you familiar with the new thing, hands-on. So if you don't have the money to pay to go and do CPR, watch this video. Share this video with people. This will help you get familiarized with how to do CPR, especially if you just don't have the money. It's Christmas time, you don't have the money. At least watch the video. Save up the money, take the class later when you can. It's better to do it in the classroom because the classroom seems to be the most effective way. You actually get to put your hands on the mannequins. You actually get to feel what it feels like to press on a chest and how to react in a difficult situation. You go through those little scenarios. 1 in 4 people actually are put in the circumstance that they may have to do CPR. 1 in 4 people. Again, what I want you to get out of tonight is that when you can provide immediate CPR, you can increase this person's chance of survival by 2 to 3 times more. So we talked about how to do CPR, or talked about how to learn it, why we do it, and why people don't do it. So in closing, what I ask of you guys to do tonight is to at least click on the link, watch the video. It's only like 2 minutes. Familiarize yourself with chest-only compressions. Another thing I ask you to do is to share the link. The third thing I would like for you to do is, if you possibly can, is register for a class, whether it be with this medictraining.me or another place. But that's what I would like out of you guys this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.